being part of the club, being able to show your value, being able to make a difference, and just getting, showing that you're capable of doing what they're doing.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
How would you like to make your first million? And today we have a special guest, Jaime, the founder of Career Agility System. So Jaime, tell us, what are the 5 steps to make your first million?
Sure. So I boil it down in terms of you've got to inventory your assets. What are you bringing to the table? Second, you got to know your target. Who's your audience? Third, you've got to bridge your assets and your target to figuring out what your personal brand promise is. Then fourth, you've got to test and evolve that bridge and start to get those clients going. And then from there, you've got to grow your awareness as number 5 to keep that wheel going, to bring in more clients and to get to that million.
Wow, that's fantastic. Now let's talk about you, because you are one of the heroes, yes? Because one of the heroes and one of the survivors of the women in tech, which is something that apparently is really, really hard. Yeah, we boys make sure that we give you a hard time. I don't know why. I don't know why the women is getting less funded than men in tech. We still don't understand why the project most of the tech teams are full of boys and looks like a boys club. Yeah. And sometimes the company, even we have this problem in startups, we have this problem in media, and also in large companies, we have big issue with inclusivity and openness in terms of women in tech, which I'm a big advocate to support women, because I know that you girls are amazing. So tell us how you managed to survive all these boys, all these male dominant environment to be so successful that you are today, which I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Tell
Well,
us, tell us.
part of it is just being part of the club, being able to show your value, being able to make a difference, and just getting, showing that you're capable of doing what they're doing and falling in, I think a lot of the challenges is really before you even get to a career, because a lot of people just get weeded out early on, and being interested in programming or building technology, just sometimes it's not the skill set certain women are really gravitated towards. But I just went through and demonstrated I know what I'm doing. I can add value, and I can do just as well, if not better, than the guys at the table too that are building technology.
Have you ever felt that that you have a very good point, a very good opinion in any of the companies that you have worked, and because you were women, people were not taking you seriously?
I've definitely felt that, especially as I got into more senior roles and not having maybe as big of a track record of some of the more senior technical guys that were at the table. So, because you definitely, as you move up and as you look at most of your C-level of tech companies, it's still predominantly guys, and women are in the marketing leadership role or the HR leadership role. They're not, it's
Yeah,
harder to see CIOs and
yeah, there
CTOs
is
that are
small
women.
space for certain roles,
Yes.
but this is it. And so tell us a secret. Tell us how you embrace it, what you did in order to those boys to take you seriously. And
Yeah.
now you're the founder. Now you're running your own company, your own tech company. I invest in tech, so I'm on the space. I know a lot was going on. So we are about to cover that. But tell us how as a women in tech, you pay the way so people take you seriously,
Yeah.
respect you, and they clearly take you seriously and respecting you because they're promoting you. So
Yes.
so what you did? Somebody said, well, this idea is not gonna be good. Let's think twice. So what you did? You rehearse again. You come back with more solid arguments. So
So
tell us what the
my
because we want to
my
help women.
my secret sauce was really understanding how to translate between the business, the market, and the technology. Sure, I come with a tech background, but I quickly dove into the business side of tech companies, understanding what businesses needed, what the end clients needed, what the internal clients needed, and being able to serve as that bridge to translate those needs into, okay, technical specifications. What do we need to go build? What are the true requirements for a minimum viable product? How do we get to market? And continuously, what I've learned, and at least for me, my superpower is I make the intangible tangible, because technology is providing a service to others, but you really need to articulate what that value is, what the value proposition is. Same thing as people, as humans, we provide a service as well, and you have to be able to articulate that brand promise, what you're bringing to the table, the value. And if you can crack that code so that people understand you, they'll buy into you, and you'll gain that credibility.
Oh, but I'm glad that you touched this point because this is what we're going to uh, to talk a little bit more about. Is very usually, and we find these boys that they're the founders, right? And they are all software developers, and they all want to write the amazing code, the code that will make change the life of humans forever. And they don't like to sell, they don't like to talk to clients. They only want to build this technology that will save the world, and then they do the patent, and they do this, they do that, and then oh boy. If someone cannot tell those boys, listen, this we have to make this product market fit, and it's not boys what you're creating, is what the clients wants to buy, and we have to stop writing so much code and try to talk with these future
Yeah.
buyers, see what they want, and to try to to become the friend and to try to find them. That will give you way more ahead that your bubble of a solution that you think that is gonna be, and we see that sadly a lot in tech. I mean, you are in the game, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And it's sad because I think this is the main reason for why these startups are failing. And if they have a women like you that can get them out of whatever you exactly share with us that your skill was to go there to, regardless that you have tech background, but you understood that, hey, this is not a right code to go to the moon. This is, we have to listen our client. We need to see
Yep.
what the client wants, and we have to produce an MVP adapted to their needs. And so tell us how these battles went in the company that you work, where you're trying to articulate that, and you have on the other left the super software developer that they don't know how to say, that they don't want to say, they don't want to do any market, they don't want to hear about, they're creating the technology of the world, and and that technology will save the planet. And then on the other hand, you are on the other side saying, hey guys, you need to listen to me, otherwise
Yeah.
you're gonna keep writing code for years or nothing, and it's expensive, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's one of the things, and the number one reason I see a lot of these tech startups fail is they've built this great technology, but there's no problem that the technology is really solving, right? They've got a solution, but there's no problem for the solution. And so the biggest thing is a lot of these tech leaders just getting comfortable, if anything, sitting in the room with the customer. They don't need to facilitate the conversation. I don't need to be the one to take it from the customer to them. It's like, let them be a fly on the wall and really listen to what is the client, the prospect, the target market really asking for.
Yeah, but tell us what is the technique? How you speak with founders, because we see this problem again and again. How you speak with founders to make them understand that, hey guys, we need to start to put a little bit less energy in the product. The product is good.
Right.
Less focus. Let's put the energy somewhere else so we know what they want. And when we have clarity on that, we will continue with
Yes.
the energy, the resources, and everything, but we have to change the direction. And for sure, when you have this conversation, they will to tell you, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. We're building this technology. This is has AI, and you don't even know the power that it have." So, how
Well,
the
I think
conversation, how you manage to persuade them to actually listen to you, to take on board your advice, and actually uh, made them to understand that well, we have to swing in the next
yep.
direction, or the whole boat is gonna sink.
The easiest question is, where's your alpha client? Where's your partner that maybe they haven't paid you a dime yet, but they are in the trenches with your team, giving you feedback almost daily on what you are providing is going to solve a pain point or a need of theirs. Question number one, where is that one? You don't need five, you don't need 100, but where is the one that has partnered with you to give you feedback on this is something that's really going to solve a need of mine?
Very good. That's a great tip. Now let's talk about your company. So, do you think that was a good idea to start your own tech company, knowing the huge risk that this is involved? I knew that you are women and you know the challenges that is around that. Sadly, you thought that was a good idea for you to start your own tech company?
Yeah,
Oh,
well, and the great thing in software, not on the hardware side, but on software, it's a low cost of entry, right? You can try different things, see what people buy into, what sticks, and so it's really easy um to get at least started. The hard part is, do you end up having a product that sticks and people want?
exactly. So tell us about your company. How do you have this idea? And I want to ask you something, um, because usually the idea that you have is not actually the the idea that the client wants. So tell us, do you got it at the first shot, or or you have to do several iterations in order to get exactly what the clients want to buy and
Well,
to their minds?
at the end of the day, I am, and this is the same thing for an entrepreneur, constantly iterating, constantly innovating because the needs are constantly changing. And what I maybe did at the beginning becomes a commodity. So I got to figure out a more value add, more of what people are asking for. What is my target client really looking for? And so you've got to constantly be evolving.
Yeah. Okay, so tell us where the idea came from your company, and what made you think that it was a gap on the market on this service that you provided, and what actually make you different of the competition out there. Why you guys are taking market share, and guys and girls, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Tell us what make this company so different.
So it is about seeing a gap, and this was a number of years ago now, in how people really navigate their careers and a lot being unsuccessful in terms of knowing what to do, how to make a move, how to make a pivot. And a lot of people were just doing that as I'm going to go help you write a resume, or I'm going to help you via some coaching. But you really need a system in place to help with going through all the different parts and pieces. And so the differentiator has always been how can I bring technology to the table to help someone better navigate their career, better navigate where they're going, um, not just by having a piece of paper ready, but like, and there's so many different platforms now too, is how do you aggregate all the information to be successful? So I've just stayed on the cutting edge of technology, but then also providing a personalized experience for my clients so they feel like they're, not with me all the time, but they're getting what I would provide them for more of a one-to-many experience. And so it's not just the product that we're providing, it's also the experience that entrepreneurs need to be really in tune with as well.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.